Hi Chromatic players, this is Greg Jones with 1623 Custom Harmonicas. I'm your Seydel rep and technician, factory service tech, and today we're going to do a quick video on how to troubleshoot a chromatic. So we're going to go through some normal problems. We're going to take a look at a chromatic here and see what we got going on, and you're gonna learn what the problem is just like I am at the same time. So first thing I'm going to do, have an outstanding chromatic here. It is a solo tuned C, deluxe steel, fantastic harmonica, pro level harmonica. It's good for pros, beginners, just a fantastic harmonica. So we're going to try something real quick here. Let's do a quick little play test on it. Okay, so in that play test, I found that the number 3 hole with slide in, 3 blow, slide in, is not sounding, and that's exactly what the customer reported was the problem. So we're going to take a look here real quick. But first of all, before we do anything, you need to be always remember that we should warm our harmonica before we play. And this is something your teacher should have gone over with you. And trust me on this. If you're not taking lessons and you think you're too good, you're not. You need to be taking lessons as a chromatic player. It's very important, and it's just a kind of a necessary thing. The chromatic is a very complex instrument. It requires a lot of just really tiny little bits of maintenance. And it's just like a guitar or any other instrument. There are just a lot of little nuances to it, but it seems like maybe the chromatic sometimes can be worse. So the first thing your instructor should have taught you to do is warm that thing up, put it up against your chest and hold it up there. Get it to body temperature. Okay, so we're going to try that and just see what happens, all right? Yeah. Okay, so warming in this case didn't fix anything, and that's fine. So we're going to move that camera down, and we're going to take another look and see if we can't figure out what else it could be. So what I always recommend is working over a napkin or a towel, because I can assure you the parts, when they hit your surface, are going to bounce off, and you'll lose them. I get a lot of requests for parts when people lose their stuff. So first thing you want to do is put a towel down, work over that. And I'd like to say too that I'm using a standard Phillips head. In this case, screw styles have changed over the years, and some harmonicas use Phillips head. Most current models use Phillips head. Some are using posi, and some use a combination of both. But this is a standard Phillips on this model. Get those screws out of there. And our cover's off. Okay, so as you recall, what I said was the hole that is not working is the 3 blow. So I'm going to try that one more time. 3 blow with the slide in. Okay, so I'm going to mark that for purposes of this video. It's going to be this hole right there. This is a common problem. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up that valve. Okay, so the valve lifts up. So I don't think that's going to be our problem. I'm just going to plank that draw reed just for grins there, but I'm going to lift this valve up and let's just see what happens now. Okay, so it's still not playing. So let's see if we can't figure out what's going on. So I'm using a little probe. I have some special tools that I use, but you can use a toothpick or a small screwdriver or something like that. You'd be fine. So I'm just going to work that reed a little bit. Let's just see if that does the trick. Yep, that did the trick. I don't know what it was that was causing this, but I don't know. I really can't tell why it wasn't working, but just all it took was me just to move that reed up and down, and that did it. going to try one more thing. This is not necessary, but just for my own interest, I'm going to take the mouthpiece off and just see if anything is in there that might have caused this thing to lock up like that. I suspect there isn't. I suspect it could have just been some dust or something like that. So taking the mouthpiece off, as long as you know how to get it back on, is a great way to inspect the inside of your harmonica. So anyhow, I'm going to tap that thing. Nothing's coming out of there. So I'm not really sure why it wasn't playing on that blow note, but whatever it took, all it took was me to get that reed moving, and it seemed to free it up. And so it looks good from there. So anyhow, once again, I wouldn't recommend you taking the mouthpiece and slide off unless you're comfortable getting it back together. So that's just something I was just going to do, because I'll probably go ahead and clean this mouthpiece and slide for the customer and maybe replace the bumpers just as an extra measure. Anyhow, this is Greg Jones with 1623 Custom Harmonicas, your Seydel Tech and customer service rep. And so anyhow, it's just a quick little video on how to troubleshoot a basic problem with your chromatic. Thanks for tuning in.